StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Railgan and Barcode on New Gettysburg, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Railgan. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Barcode. This is a GM level ladder game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. And let's go ahead and get right on into this one. Looks like a hatch first play from Railgan. He is saving up his minerals here, sending an Overlord out to scout, and an early probe push here from Barcode. That's a little suspicious. That is a forge first out of Barcode. Are we going to see an attempt at a cannon rush here by Barcode? It looks like it, although the probe's coming right into scout first and see what's going on. It is a pool from Railgan. All right, so I'm a liar. Extractor pool out of Railgan. Stealing one of the gas is this probe, but that's a forge, man. This has to be cannons at some level. There we go. Pylon at the place Railgan would want to take his natural. You can't throw the 3 pylons down here anymore because the unbuildable bricks prevent that one. Drone checking things out, trying to throw down that hatch, but there's a pylon right in the way. Probe doesn't even have to block it. Going for that third. Desperately trying to get to that third base. The probe chasing as well. Can the drone get it down? Yes. Yeah. Oh, wait. Another probe coming in and does get it just at the last second. Nicely done, Railgan. Nicely done. Another pylon coming up. A couple cannons being tossed down at the bottom of Railgan's ramp. This is weird. This is some weird stuff coming in from the Barcode player. We don't see this very much in Legacy of the Void. Again, we've had the discussion why. It's just easier to hold. I mean, in a nutshell, easier for the defending player to hold a cannon rush, and Barcode's committing here, man. Throwing down a cannon right where the hatchery is trying to spawn the natural hatch, or the second hatch for Railgan at the third base location. And what do we do here if you're Railgan? What's he doing? He's working on queens. He's taking a third base right here to the right of his natural. So he's going to have the 3 bases up. Another pylon coming up here at this location as well. So this is pretty much all that our Barcode player is up to. It's cannons and pylons. Lings knocking down the assimilator. That was constructed inside Railgan's main base. Queen assisting with that as well. And the cannon and the probe trying to kill this hatchery before it can complete. I mean, it's not going to be able to kill it, but it's going to be pretty hurt. Pretty hurt by the time it pops up here. About 40-45% health, I would say. Another cannon trying to take down this third base at the same time. And again, Zerg players, keep in mind, Protoss can't do much back at home if they're working on this. And actually forcing a cancel. Got the cancel down on the second base to Railgan cannon. Forces it out. How about his third? Is he going to let his third complete? Single cannon, shooting at it. Couple probes, zapping away as well. Railgan, I think, needs to get this one down. He can't quite get Lings down here without running into these cannons. The placement pretty good. I think anywhere the Lings go, they're going to take shots from these photon cannons. And where the crap is my music? Music. Where are you? Sorry, guys. I know you hate this. Continuous music. There it is. There it is. Sometimes it's buggy. I don't know. So the Lings almost have speed. Some roaches coming out here as well. So I think he's going to try to break these cannons in the front. Ooh, look at that roach skin. Woo! That is tight. That is so sweet. All right, so nice roach skin here. It's almost like Puck's stalker skin, which is also super cool. Super duper cool. Yep, there's the cancel. So Railgan's on 1 base, you guys. He's on 1 base right now. The Protoss is throwing down his second base. Second nexus here. Ravager's using Corrosive Bile to knock down the cannons, which it's a way to do it. It's a way to kill the cannons, taking 0 casualties. Which I think is how Railgan wants to make this thing happen. So he needs to take down these cannons. Takes down 1. The other one I think he doesn't necessarily care about if the cannon gets a couple kills of Lings. Yeah, 2 Ling kills, no big deal. Cannons are down. Pylon is down. Time to move out. Time to move out. Let's go. Let's push on the Protoss's front door while expanding behind it exactly what Railgan is working on here. And he's coming in to get rid of this. Is he? Don't bother. Why are you bothering with this cannon? Alright, bothering with this cannon. Corrosive Bile is landing, helping with the DPS. Might have killed one of his own Lings in the process, but whatever. No big deal at this point. So second hatch on the way. Probe's still here, though. This probe is sitting right behind this natural hatchery that is expanding. That is hatching, rather. And he might toss down another cannon here if Railgan is busy at the front door. Mothership core trying to kill everything that's coming across this little narrow bridge. It's a nice wall. It's a nice wall you got. if you're Barcode. But these Lings and these Ravagers are going right for that pylon. The pylon does end up falling, but last second pylon throwdowns by Barcode here. Manages to hold it. Still pushing anyway, though, is Railgan. Coming up with the Ravagers, trying to use Corrosive Bile. Canceling 2 pylons, throwing down 1 more, and it might actually end up falling, and it does. But 2 more pylons come up! The reaction time out of Barcode is absolutely insane. Mothership Core here is just killing everything on the ground. Corrosive Bile is trying to get rid of, does get rid of that cannon back there. Immediately getting replaced here by Barcode. The aggression seems to be over for the Railgun, though. So he's going to go ahead and try to saturate. It's 19 to 28 Harvesters. Barcode has that lead. Forcing a cancel on that second hatch right here was big. It was big for Barcode. I don't know if Railgun can come back from this thing. It is a Stargate follow-up, though. A Void Ray follow-up, no less. No less out of Barcode. This is absolutely nuts. Alright, Ravager is going to deal with the cannon at the 3rd base location that was thrown down earlier with Corrosive Biles. So it's about 4 Corrosive Biles to kill a cannon. Factoring in the shield regeneration that they experience once they're out of combat. Let's see if 2 more can get rid of it. 1, 2, and nope, not quite enough. So it looks like it'll take maybe 5 or 6, again, depending on that regeneration. Yep, required 6. So 6 Corrosive Biles if you only have 2 Ravagers. Mothership Core trying to take down this 3rd hatch that Railgun is tossing down. Again, to the right of the natural base. That's really the only place he can expand without going too far away from everything else. So creep spread is connecting both the bases, not really going anywhere more than that. It's 36 to 38 Harvesters. Railgun has the lead. Going for a quick Spire. Going for a 2-base Spire here off of 2 gas. He is getting 2 more Extractors, so it's not like he's sitting on the 2 gas forever, but that's an early Spire for him. And Void Ray's on the way. Really, the only thing that would work here against the Void Rays would be Mutas. Void Ray using that prismatic alignment to take down this hatchery. Going to be able to do it unless the Void Ray can't dodge Corrosive Biles, and it can. And it can. Now down to its usual regular attack here. Queen desperately trying to be birthed. Birthing the Queen. Another dodge on the Corrosive Bile. No big freaking deal. This Queen trying to come in and save it. No, tries to get the Mothership Core. Mothership Core does retreat. But Void Ray here to finish off the hatchery. Bam! There it goes. Loses the hatch. Queen does not get birthed. And Railgun's down to 2 bases. So it's 2 base to 2 base. This Barcode player knows what they're doing. It's weird. It's unorthodox, but it's working. Fleet Beacon. 7-minute Fleet Beacon on the way for Barcode. What does this person do? I wish I knew who this was. I wish I knew who this was so I could go check out their other games, because this is absolutely insane. A cannon rush, a really committed cannon rush, right? At all 3 expansion locations for Railgun, threw down cannons, then moved into a Stargate, managed to hold off the aggression, and now is taking an island base. Ah, Barcode. I am not a huge fan of Protoss, but I am loving this play. Absolutely beautiful. Oh no, Overlord spawned from the eggs at the destroyed 3rd base. And the Voiders are going to kill all 3 of the Overlords before they can get anywhere to safety. Oh, that was not good. That was not a good one. So 3rd Nexus here by Barcode, sitting on the island base. And as Puck has shown us, not many people check these out. You can hide bases down here for quite a while. If Barcode is really in control of this game, he's going to go ahead and take the 4th base on the other island, which is really close to Railgun's main, and really express his dominance. And Ion Pulse Crystals on the way. He's got Phoenix coming, and there are Mutas on the field, but Phoenix are so good in this situation. Stalkers trying to chase the Mutas away. There's only a couple of them, though. Pretty good micro on display from Railgun, taking out a bunch of probes. What is that? 8 probes killed by Railgun so far. It's 44 to 40 Harvesters. Railgun has that nice lead. He's working on his 3rd base. He finally got a 3rd base up at the 9-minute mark, which is so late. So late for Zerg. That is not what they want to do at all. 7 Hydras on the way. Muta's trying to take out these Void Rays, but there's a lot of them. And a Phoenix comes in too. Run! Run, Mutas. They do run, and Barcode does not pursue. So 3rd base is here. I think the Mutas scouted this. Yep. Yep, the Mutas know that it's here. I'm not sure if they're going to come into attack or not. There are 2 cannons, and that's a little bit scary for just 5 Mutas that are remaining. It looks like Railgun's done with Muta production. He's got 5 remaining. He's working on Hydralisks, getting +1 missile and +1 melee attack at the same time. So maybe a Hydraling Bang combination. The 5 Mutas just not enough against these Void Rays and these Phoenix, especially with an eye on Pulse Crystal. Look at that range. Holy smokes. All these mutas are dead. They're all dead. Can this one possibly survive? Nope. Nicely done. Knew exactly how many hits it took. Did Barcode. Chased that muta to the very ends of the earth. And then killed it as soon as he was safe. Tempest production. Why are you getting Tempest, Barcode? What on earth do you need Tempest for? It's a Hydra-Ling combination out of your opponent. Unless they've got Broodlords coming, which... I mean, I don't know why there'd be Broodlords, considering they don't do very well against Phoenix or Void Rays. It's such a weird decision out of Barcode. +1 air weapons on the way as well, and a 4th base coming up for the Railgun. 56 to 54 total harvesters in favor of the Zerg player. So he's got that lead, and he's expanding again. 5th base, just to the right of his 4th. So double expanding. It feels very safe at this point for some reason. I mean, the Void Rays, where are the Void Rays? The Void Rays could do some damage. They both die? Nope, they're right here. They're actually moving out. They're checking for bases for Railgun, so this is good. Checking for additional bases to possibly take them down. Checks the gold base to the north. Nope. That's not where he is. Muscular augments on the way from Railgun as well, and +1 air weapons just about to complete for the Barcode. So if the Void Rays get here in time, they might be able to force a cancel on either one of these bases, especially if they're +1 finishes in time for them to get there. So Hydra, Ravager, Ling running around right now from Railgun, knocking down these rocks in the middle of the map. I'm not sure what the purpose is of these rocks. I don't know why there are rocks here, but they are there. I'm not going to question it. Railgun's 4th base is under attack by these Void Rays. Prismatic alignment, really good. And +1 attack is just now there it is. It just now finishes there. +6 damage versus armored things. The Hydras do show up in time to save it, though. That's a nice job, and a transfuse being tossed down on the hatchery as well. So the Void Rays want nothing to do with those Hydras. The Hydras are excellent against the Void Rays, but they cannot go into these dead air spaces that Void Rays can hide out in. So the Void Rays are safe for now. Plus they're fast. Plus they are fast. Triple pumping carriers is Barcode. All right, so we're sky tossing it up here. Phoenix, Void Ray, Tempest, Carrier on the way. +2 air weapons finishing as well. How is Railgun going to deal with the sky? And he does! How is Railgun going to finish with the sky toss or compete with the sky toss? And Barcode does take his 4th base at the other island map right next to Railgun's home. You are a magnificent Protoss player, Barcode. I wish I knew who this was. I mean, could it be somebody like Showtime, do you think? Could it be somebody like Petit Drogo with their Barcode accounts? I mean, I think this is the European ladder. So it could be Petit Drogo. Could be Showtime. I don't know. I mean, I wish. Maybe I'll just tag all the Protoss players I know in the tweet and see if one of them responds. Either way, this is great. This is absolutely so fun from the Protoss player. Going Sky Toss against Zerg and Legacy of the Void. It used to be really powerful in Heart of the Swarm, and players struggled mightily with it for a long time. And then Legacy of the Void came around, and Ravagers were good. Hydras were buffed. And it just seems like Zerg players don't have as much trouble anymore. But Railgun's up to 86, 85 workers to 60 for our Barcode player. So he's sitting happily on 5 bases. Protoss is on 4 bases, getting that gas income that he needs to support triple pumping carriers and a Dark Shrine on the way for the Barcode. Lings moving out for Railgun. Hydra's not moving out with them. These Lings are planning some kind of a counter, I suppose. They do take down a probe sitting at the North Zelnaga Watchtower, or they're considering it. Pretty sure they can see it. But the carriers, the carriers release interceptors inside the main base, forcing retreat of all the overlords and all the drones, getting rid of a spine crawler here too. They could focus down this hive if they wanted. Hallucinated Phoenix scouting things out, not a major concern. And Lings trying to get, Lings can't break that. Yeah, Railgun recognizes, you can't break that with Lings. Release interceptors, man, they last a while. Might they take down this hive? They could possibly take down this hive unless they get distracted. And they are. They're getting distracted by the Lings and the Ravagers. I'm not sure if that's the intent of Railgun, but it seems to be working. He might be able to save this thing if he brings Lings in and steals... Oh, the Hydra's coming in as well, and they expire. Okay, so he does manage to save the hive just barely. 500 hit points out of 2,500 remaining. That is a very, very low hit point hive here, and Hydra is staying behind to defend it. 6 base. On the way from Railgun at secret north gold location that Barcode has not scouted out. Although Void Rays... Oh, Voiders are going to walk right past this thing. Can they see it? Let's see. Oh, they know it's there. How do they know it's there? Maybe the probe holding its own like a watchtower saw it. Maybe it did. Void Rays, get that. Where are you going, Void Rays? Kill gold base. Okay, so we checked for a base to the left of that. There's not one there. And yep, making a beeline directly for that hatchery. Going to kill that one. Corruptor's on the way from Railgun, getting +3 missile attack. And more carrier action here. Carriers versus Hydras. Pretty good. Pretty good against Hydras, you guys. Did they... Wow, look at the range on those. Oh, he released the interceptors is what he did. And yep, Void Rays do manage to take down that gold base of Railgun. That hurts. That hurts. That's the second hatchery killed. A bunch of others, though, have been at least stalled. Is this hive going to go down to this release interceptor play? 40. Oh, the transfuse. The double transfuse. Oh, the Hydras and the Queens defend it. What an absolutely clutch hold there by Railgun, saving his hive by bringing in Queens for transfuse, bringing in Hydras to take out the interceptors. These ones are still flying around just to the right of the hive, though, but it's darn near still alive. And Corruptors flying in, saying, what up, carriers? You want to fight? Let's do this thing. +1 flyer attack is done on the Corruptors, but there's an Archon down there, and that's enough to chase the Corruptors away. Corruptors coming in. They really want this hive. They're going to get it. They are going to get it. 2 Queens here to defend, but nope. That's a lot of interceptors overhead. They do have the upgrades. And the hive falls, and the Queen falls. Valiant attempt to defend it by Railgun, but no. But no, it was not enough. Not enough in the end. This main base is basically gone. Spawning Pool is going to die. Rotorn's going to die. Going for it is Railgun. Lings right at the natural base of Barcode. Corruptors coming in here as well. Corruptors moderately useless, waiting for the carriers to show up, I suppose. They might kill these Void Rays, though, and they are. Voiders are going to die. 1, 2. Attempted a 5th base being thrown down here to the north of his natural as Barcode gets taken out by the Zerg Swarm as well. So it's kind of a Ling Corruptor Ravager play from the Zerg Swarm. Roach Warren is not dead, but it is bleeding as it's off the creep. And pretty much all the creep tumors in the main are gone except for one. Corruptors desperately trying to chase down these carriers, and they get them. They had to fly through some storms to get there, but they made it work. Another carrier dies. Man, look at these Corruptors. Just one-shot volleying. Corruptors, one-shot volleying. Tempest, a lot of them are dying, though. This DPS is slowing down very quickly, and they're all dead. Whoa, Corruptors are all dead. But the carriers, how many carriers survive? 2 here? Yep, 2. 2 carriers and 3 Tempest survive. Quadruple pumping carriers, though, is Barcode. He's committing to this. Railgun's pumping out 7 Ultras at once, though, so I suppose he's going to break the front door with Ultras and use the Lings for cleanup, which seems like a pretty good idea. 10 more Corruptors on the way to deal with the remainder of these carriers. That should also be fine. Trying to replant his 6th base here at the gold is Railgun, and eventually he should get that one as well. So map control, I would say, belongs to Railgun, but these 2 island bases that Barcode has taken... more Protoss need to do this. More Protoss need to do this. It is very fun, very good to see. And it just makes me smile, is what it does. Ultras, Lings, knocking down the rocks. The other set of rocks in the middle that, again, I'm not sure what their purpose is, because you can just go, like, 4 inches out of your way and get to where you're going without taking down those rocks. I don't understand. Hallucinating Phoenix checking out the space under construction at the gold base. And they see it. They see the hatch. The question is, will Barcode take the bait and try to go up and take it down? Because, like I said, map control belongs to Railgun. He's got Corruptors. He's got Ultras. He's got Heart of the Swarm Collector's Edition Ultras here. +3 attack on these beauties with +5 armor. Getting +1 ground carapace. So he's working on getting the armor that the Ultras are known for, but I don't think he necessarily needs it. There are no Immortals at this stage in the game. Does he not have Overseers? DTs might do some work in here if he didn't bring an Overseer, but nope, no DTs on the ground. Here we go. Ultras on top of gateways. Storm all over the Lings. I think the Lings are all dead. The Corruptors are trying to kill these carriers. I'm not sure there are enough of them. Just continuous storm all over everything, and Railgun is actually forced to retreat there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely forced to retreat. Phoenix getting rid of the Overseers. Remember the Overseers I was talking about? They are here, and they are going to die because the Phoenix are chasing them down. All of the Corruptors are dead, too. Interceptors versus Ultras, they get there eventually. They will kill them, especially if they don't have any upgrades besides the base ones they come out of the egg with. But 20 Corruptors on the way, +2 flyer attack being researched by Railgun here. A mothership coming in out of this mothership core by Barcode, and carrier count is currently at 5. So it's 163 to 163 total supply. Army value is about 5,000, 6,000 for the Zerg player, and about 11,000 for Barcode. 97 to 58 workers. That's your difference right there. Railgan has 97 drones. What? That might be the most I've ever seen in a Legacy of the Void cast. I've seen that many back in Heart of the Swarm when it was Mech versus Zerg, but against this Sky Toss, apparently Railgan feels like he needs a ton, an absolute ton of workers, and I'm not sure I can blame him on that one. +2 or +1 ground carapace just about to complete here. DTs are warping in. There are definitely some overseers, but they're getting targeted by these carriers. One of them does manage to escape with 9 hit points to its name. And the Zealots walking into the gold base that Railgan thought he could take. DT's going after this Ultralisk Cavern. They're going to get that one. Nice pick off here by the Barcode player. Zealots with +1 attack. Can anything save this hatchery at the gold base? No. Nope, that's definitely going to fall. DT's going after the Infestation Pit as well, and they get the Infestation Pit. Wow, very efficient here. Replacement Hive is here by Railgan at the natural base. Zealots trying to take out another 6 base here. Just to the left of the gold, but a lot of lings. A lot of lings come in with +3 attack, and those Zealots get cleaned out very quickly indeed. Very quickly. Replacement Infestation Pit here. Replacement Ultralisk Cavern right next to it at the 3rd base. Kind of a weird place, but it's out of the way. Kind of a little bit more difficult for the Protoss player to find. He's got a Warp Prism just hanging on the edge of the main base of Railgun. So he lost his main. Difficult to come back from that, but he managed to do so. 3 drones killed, 15 probes killed. Not many worker deaths in this game. So both players protecting their harvesters fairly well. 3rd base attempt here by Barcode just getting established. A couple gateways here as well, I assume, to mess with the pathing of the AI. Changelings being tossed on down. Lings, Ultras going for it. Coming in from many directions, so the storm isn't as good. Corruptors flying right on in, but getting stormed. The blanket of storms on everything. Doing so well. Time Warp here at the same time. Corruptors do manage to take down the Mothership Core, trying to kill the Tempest, but Void Rays are so good against Corruptors. Look at these guys go. 2 kills on that one. Corruptors forced to retreat again. Again, Zealots working on the replacement Hive and Spore Crawler for some reason. There we go. Now they're all on that Hive. Can Railgan save his Hive? What does he have? He's got 2 Corruptors and a Ravager. That is not good. That is not. More Zealots coming down the ramp to the natural base. The Hive ends up exploding. Broodlings trying to do what they can, but these Zealots are now +2 upgraded. Very dangerous indeed. Greater Spire trying to morph on in, but the Zealot should take it down. Crocobile trying to save it and do it. Nope. Greater Spire ends up dead before it can finish morphing in. Zealots still alive. They don't have charge, but they are pretty... Oh, they do have charge. They do have charge. I was going to say they're pretty scary even without it, but with charge, extra scary. The Lings come in and try to deal with them. Ultras finally show up, and that's enough of the Ultras, or of the Zealots there. Woo! 22 minutes into this game. Resources lost tab's not going to look good for the Zerg player. Yeah, that's 41,000 resources lost for Zerg and 22 for Protoss. The cost efficiency is through the roof for Protoss right now. I mean, the number of bases that Railgun has is helping him. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. One of them is not mining anymore. Wow, is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 bases. One of them is not mining anymore. Protoss is down to essentially 2 mining bases, as one of the islands is essentially mined out, with 170 minerals remaining on the final mineral patch. So it's 161 to 136 total supply. Railgun continuing to go with this Corruptor Ultra play. I'm just not sure that's what you want right now. The Void, there are 6 Void Rays, 4 Carriers, 3 Tempest, 2 Archons, 4 Phoenix, and a Partridge and a Pear Tree here for the blue Protoss player. Whew. Creep spread continuing to move out here from Railgun. And I mean, it's pretty good, but considering it's 23 minutes into the game, it could be a little bit better. But APM for these players, you know what? Barcode has an APM of 104 for this game. Railgun's got 209. So he's doubling it, but Barcode is just being cost efficient. He's winning the engagements. He hasn't lost a base yet. And this Nexus is his 6th. So 6th Nexus. 6th Nexus here for the Barcode player. Replacement Spire coming up for Railgun. He needs those Corruptors. He needs them bad. Needs them real bad. Railgun up 191 to 164 total supply. Just kidding. He maxed out on Corruptors and Vipers. Getting +3 flyer attack. Getting +2 ground carapace. He's trying to make these Ultras a little better. Warp Prism trying to sneak into that main base of Railgun again. But there are Lings and an Ultra here just waiting for that to happen with an Overseer supporting. Another base getting taken down by the Zealots. That is going to be 4 hatcheries and 2 hives killed by Barcode so far in this game. Zealots walking into the gold base. He thinks he can kill it again, but there are ultras here. And those Zealots are basically mincemeat, especially considering they were trying to attack the hatch directly and not actually engaging with the ultras. So, especially there. Queen's here as well. So maybe a queen transfusing corruptor, queen transfusing ultra play here from Barcode. It seems like a good idea. And it might actually work out for him. So it's 199 to 149 total supply. Skytoss army is here with some Archon support on the ground. The Archons with +2 attack, 43 damage versus biological units. Some more Templar warping in. Is going to keep them as Templar. It looks like he's going to keep them as the Templar for that storm that's done him so well already in this match. Creep spread continuing, really touching on the 6th nexus here of Barcode. Got to start killing some of that creep spread, dude. You got to keep it up. Lings in production. A lot of spore crawlers being tossed down in random places. Ah! Okay, top of this ramp. Top of both of these ramps leading to the other half of the map. So the problem for Railgun, though, is that, I mean, your opponent is a Skytoss. He doesn't have to engage you here. It's not like it's a Colossus Stalker army from Wings of Liberty. He can kind of fly around wherever he wants. Ling hit squad trying to move in here to this 5th base along the right side. Zealots hanging out, though. They have +2 attack. Are there enough Zealots to clean out these Lings with better upgrades? And the answer is yes, absolutely, without question. Without question. Double robotics facility coming in. I'm going to assume that's going to be immortal production. Very good against ultras to get those double immortals. And here come the Vipers. I'm interested to see what the Vipers are for. Perhaps parasitic bomb on the Void Rays. Perhaps abduct on the carriers. Although, I mean, I guess the queens could take them down if they're close enough. Where are my queens at? So they got +3, +2, which is fine. Zealots, once again, trying to kill another hatch. But when the ultras show up and the queens transfuse the hatch back to full health, it is not your day, Zealots. I'm sorry about that. So good try there by Barcode, but doesn't quite pull it off. Warp Prism trying to sneak out, recognizing that the army is setting up here in the middle of the map for Railgun. There's probably not a whole lot back home, is what he has to say about that. And yeah, he doesn't. Here's a big-time attack coming into the 6th base from the Railgun. Phoenix coming out early. Corruptors taking them on down. Ultras deciding to retreat. Retreat to the safety of their static defense, which is a couple spine crawlers, a few spore crawlers. I mean, anything you can get in this situation is going to be very useful. Very, very useful if you are the Zerg player, a Railgun. +3 attack finally being researched by Barcode. +2 air armor on the way, and triple pumping immortals. Exactly what Barcode needs to deal with these ultras. Yes, the ultras have good armor. They don't have... They have chitinous plating, but they don't have the +3 ground carapace. That's right. That's what they're missing for that final 8 on the armor count. Changelings being dropped by the Overseers. They're going to run on in and see what they can see. Checking out this 6th base. Checking out the composition of Barcode's army. He's going to see the immortals and might not be happy with that, but there's creep spread touching the 6th base right underneath those gateways and on top of those gateways as well, making them look disgusting. Disgusting. Slowly creeping forward here is Railgun. Again, it's a very Wings of Liberty style. Bringing the spore crawlers, bringing the spine crawlers to the middle of the map like we used to see on, crap, what's that map? Shakuras Plateau? Remember Shakuras Plateau? Yeah, I remember. Remember Shakuras Plateau again? Remember Chewbacca? And here comes the Protoss army, though. Archons in the front, Storms on top of everything. Parasitic bomb being tossed down fairly well. Ultras on the ground are being destroyed. Bam, gone. And there's the recall. But the Void Rays are left behind. They didn't get recalled. And the Corruptors, 1 volley, 2 volley, 3 volleys, and 4 volleys. They're all gone. Oh, losing those Void Rays was not good. Losing the Ultra is also bad, though, as the Archons come right on in here to deal with the Queens, to deal with the Spine Crawlers. And actually, yeah, Void Rays versus the Spores are going to be a problem. Archons should be just fine in the situation, though, and they are. They're going to town on everything the Zerg has here. Transfuses on the Corruptor, trying to make this thing happen. The Zealots, once again, killing a base of Railguns up on the top left side. I think that was his 6th base, 7th, 8th, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but 9 Ultras coming in an immediate remax out of the Railgun. He can do that. He's got the resources to make it happen. Do you not have Overseers with this army? Okay, no Overseers with the army, but Railguns, I'm going to say it is 8th base to the right of the gold base is going to die. Drones retreating in the opposite direction, but I'm not sure where else they're supposed to go. Hatch does end up falling. It is now 48 to 42 Harvesters. Railgun lost all those drones and allowed him to free up a ton of supply. So maybe he needed that to happen. He's down to 34 workers right now, you guys. He's got 2 mining bases. Barcode also has 2 mining bases. And Railgun's up 192 to 177 total supply. So his army is bigger than it used to be. He has more Ultras. He's got more Corruptors. The Immortal count, though, is 7-8. 8 with +3 attack. I don't know about this. Recall being tossed on down to save the 6th base of Barcode. Corruptors on top of everything. Ultra's getting a nice surrounder, but the Immortals are protected. And the Immortals are just getting absolutely melted here. Look at these guys go. Bloom, gone. And the Corruptors on their own, not nearly as good. Getting chased by the Tempest, getting chased by the Archons. Retreating for their lives. Immortal, 4 kills, 9 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills, 1 kill, 8 kills. 0 on that one. You're a baby Immortal. You'll get there. You'll get there one day. Gold base under assault again. Railgun's army is retreating. He's just going to lose it. Just going to lose it. Zealots taking out this attempt at a hatchery again by Railgun. That is so many dead hatches. So I can't even see how many dead hatches that is because it's too much dead stuff on my units lost tab. Holy crap. Corruptors do take down the Mothership Core and the Tempest. Unfortunately for them, Carriers retreating as well. Are they out of Interceptors? No, they're just running from the Corruptor. The Corruptors are too many. Release Interceptors being used here. And Ultras and Lings at the 6th base. Are we turning into a base race right now? It looks like we may very well be. This Archon Immortal army taking down yet another hatch. Lings and Ultras get rid of the 6th. They decide to retreat and come on back home. Drones for Railgun coming into this 8th base that no longer exists, but there are Zealots here, and they'll end up dead. It's 11 workers left for Railgun, 27 for Barcode. 3rd Hive gonna get killed here. Greater Spire gone here as well. At the 4th base location for Railgun. Immortals, gotta get that Hive, gotta get the Hive. Gets the Hive. Gets the Hive. Ling Ultra, Archon trying to do what they can against this Ultra composition, but too many Ultras. Everybody gets cleaned out. It's 147 to 82 total supply. Railgun looking good. Looking good there. Zealots running on home. Triple pumping Immortals. I think that was it. I think that was the death blow for the Barcode. Losing that 6th base and losing his entire army was super problematic. Army supply is now 1,200 to 4,000. Railgun has a definitive lead right now. Again, 1 mining base for Barcode. He's trying to make Immortals as best he can, but there's a lot of Lings. Not a lot of Lings, actually. Not many Lings on the ground. But just too many Ultras. Too many. 9 Ultras on the ground. Immortals are good. They are not that good. 5th base here on the right side going to fall as well. I just don't think that Barcode has anything left here at all, unless, no, his Carriers are base racing it. Oh! Oh, the Carriers are just running around, running willy-nilly all over of Railgun's stuff. Killing the Hydralisk Den, killing Evolution Chambers, releasing Interceptors, and taking out everything that remains. Does he have enough to deal? He does. Where's his Corruptor Ball? Where are you, Corruptor Ball? Here you are. I was going to say, anything to deal with the Carriers? He does. There are 33 Corruptors with +3/+2, and they're gone. That's it. Boosh. 48 remaining supply for Barcode, 136 for Railgun. Admittedly, Railgun is supply blocked, but Barcode's army is 6 Immortals, and that is it. And 31 Interceptors that were released before the Carriers died, but they're mostly over a harmless, empty area of sky. And Railgun's okay with that. So the Immortal hit squad is moving out. Again, there are 9 Immortals now. See what they can do, I guess. How many Lings are there? There are not any Lings. Okay, there's 3. 3 Lings and a Hydra. So it's going to be 9 Immortals versus 9 Ultras. Are they good enough to beat Ultras 1-to-1? We're going to find out. Immortals on top of Ultras. Nobody microing at all. Just Ultra versus Immortal here for you on pay-per-view. Only on pay-per-view, and that is it. GG. GG out of Barcode. Barcode is defeated, and Railgun is victorious. Barcode has left the game. Railgun wants to stay and savor his victory, so we will not begrudge him that. We'll turn off the music and the sound, and we'll wrap this up. Woo! I know I'm saying this a lot lately, but holy crap, you guys are sending me some amazing replays. These are great. A 34-minute ZVP that featured super unorthodox styles. Barcode goes, I mean, we've seen this before. We've seen Cannon Rush into Sky Toss before, but in a short game. This is a 34-minute macro style Cannon Rush into Sky Toss with Immortal and Templar support out of Barcode. Railgun responds with an Ultra Ling Corruptor Queen Viper strategy. that ends up working in the end. It was just macro, I think is what it was. Again, Railgun lost so much. Look at this. Look at that. It's 71,000 minerals resources lost here for Railgun, and only like 50,000 for Barcode. So it just in the end, Railgun was able to do what he needed to do by losing his army and remaxing it about 2 or 3 times. It felt like Barcode had the more inefficient engagements, but only at the max had 6 bases. Railgun had anywhere from 6 to 8 throughout the entire game. Mined more resources, was able to get more army out, got the upgrades a little bit better than his opponent. I don't think the ground armor was anything special in the end there for Barcode, and that kind of hurt him. But hope you were entertained, because I know that I was, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hekon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Garlow, Alexander Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Medhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.